Do you hear in those short little 5 verses the idea of promise? Do you hear the idea of obedience right behind it? You know, I was trying to picture in my mind, what was it like for Abram, okay, in this moment? Here's a whole world of people. There's all kinds of people that can be chosen, and yet he's the one. And in essence, he's the one coming up to bat, right? I went to opening day baseball. The Rays did not come up to bat that day. It was not a good day. But when Evan Longoria comes up, there's a song that comes on as he's coming up. It's like the at-bat song, right? So it sounds like this. So I was thinking of this story in my calling, and what would my at-bat song be? And so as I was thinking about my at-bat song, you've got to realize as we looked at the scripture, one of the things I want you to hear of is Abram is how old? 75. I'm 50, okay? This song is me coming up to bat today.
Hi guys, I'm Chris, your videographer, and we're going to have an audience participation experiment. I want you to get a copy of Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline, which is Richard's at-bat song, and just like in church, we're going to sing it together.
You guys are pretty good. Abram, right? He's sort of out of the context, right? One of the things I love about his story, is we always think these days, especially, it's about the young. It's about the young. Abram's story is not about the young, right? We think of David, we think of Solomon, we think of all these people that are young, we think of the disciples, and all of them are young. And yet God has a calling for Abram at 75 years old. And he steps out and says, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm going to pick up my family, and I'm going to walk away from the larger context of my family. When he used to move out back in the days of the Bible, moving out was moving from this tent to the tent across the way. Okay, it wasn't like they were moving far away. They're nomadic people. They're traveling around, but they're traveling together as a family unit. So you weren't moving that far away. But in his case, when God placed the calling upon him at 75 years old, he got up and was called to walk away. Did you hear the language of it? The language was leave, right? Leave your family. Leave your family. Didn't say forget your family, but leave your family and walk away. So Abram is known as a patriarch, right? A father of the faith. And for me, he's actually like the patriarch of patriarchs, right? He's the first patriarch. He's the father that's going to bring Isaac and Jacob, and is going to bring in Joseph into the world that leads to Moses 400 years after Joseph. He's the one who begins the story where everything else had been like these big grand stories. Now at chapter 12 of Genesis, it suddenly goes boom, and centers in on one family who has faith to be able to step out. And when we talk about promise, that idea of promise is actually the idea of covenant. Covenant. The idea that there's something more. It's sort of that two-sided coin thing I was talking about. So in Hebrew, that word covenant sounds like brit. Brit. Right? So you're going to see it up on the screen here. Brit just means that this idea of covenant, of compact, of agreement, that you're going to be in a relationship with, in this particular case, the creator of the universe. And that there's an expectation for you to come up to bat, and you pick your song. God's got a song inside of you that's probably aching to get out, and you get to be a part of that song and get to live it out in the world. You get to step forward and say, that's my song.